place to live in unless we make it a reasonably good place for all of us to live in. We're within our power we have within our power a season for 1,000 opportunities. Working together, we can achieve amazing things here in Ukiah. I know I am the best person for this position. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I want to thank John McCowan. He did a fine job, and all of you for all your time and effort. Thank you very much, and I feel very humbled to be here with all the fine applicants also. And I just have one question. Is my time up? No. No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
But
Oh.
often there's a follow-up question that council members can ask.
Okay.
Are there follow-up questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And the final candidate among 7 is John Graff.
John C. Graff, a citizen of Ukiah, and I also would like to thank you for this opportunity. I've broken down this into several sections, and I want to start with qualifications. I believe that I have probably the most knowledge of the inner city workings of any of the applicants here this evening. I know and have knowledge of most of the key people that work in the city of Ukiah. I have knowledge or have studied just about every issue that faces the city of Ukiah, which includes the sewer system, the budget. I've spent hours working on the budget. A lot of you know that. I've worked many hours working on the city vehicle issue. I'm the commissioner of the Parks, Rec, and Golf. I'm the chairman of the Parks, Rec, and Golf Commission. I'm aware of the status of all the city projects, which include the sewer plant, the Orchard Street Bridge, skateboard park, electrical substation, well testing, Anton Stadium, swimming pool, River Park, Observatory Park, and even the Arc Center. I've been a little involved in studying that. While I want to be a city council member, as most of you know, I've been committed to help keep this community the great community that it is. I've been involved in many projects in the last several years in order to do that. I also have worked hard to help encourage the growth of business in our community. And so, basically, so our kids and our grandkids can grow up here and stay here and find employment and possibly purchase a home. And we don't have to commute to go see them on Christmas and Thanksgiving. My hours and hours of volunteer work in the last couple of years support the above statements. I have really good 4 presidential quotes, but because Jeannie beat me to the punch, I'm going to skip over that because I'm concerned about getting in this in 5 minutes. Why should you appoint me? You, the City Council, have elected to take on a monumental responsibility here this evening by appointing a replacement for John McCowan's seat. Monumental responsibility. Why I say that twice is with the current state of the economy in the city, the county, the state, the federal government, and even the globe, the next 2 years' decisions made by this City Council will be critical for a positive future for our community. The City Council needs to work with business community, the County of Mendocino, as well as work to put policies and laws in place to lower the city's operating budget, at the same time increase the city's efficiency. I have many friends and relationships in this community, both in business, and I have friends in the county CEO's office and the supervisor's office. I feel that my principles and belief align themselves with 45% or better of the citizens in our community. I believe my business experience will be an asset for the City Council in the coming 2 years. Why would you want to pick someone with such a different point of view? That's a question I'm asking you. I don't expect any of you to answer that. But the reason the City Council, the reason that I'm a little nervous. The reason you, the City Council, have elected this monumental responsibility of appointment is because you want to pick the best person for the job. Knowing our City Council should represent all of the city's population, the City Council needs to be diverse enough to make a balanced decision for all the people in our city. The people on the left and the socialistic point of view have been well represented by the City Council. However, the business and the conservative side have not always been represented well, or to the same level. If you appoint John C. Graff, you are saying to the City Council, you are saying, we, the City Council, want the best balanced, and we want all the people of Ukiah represented, not just a particular group. Thank you.
Follow-up questions for Mr. Graff?
You do have my resume, which points out that I have done things like managed very large budgets, managed multi-level businesses, and many other things.
Thank you very much. Now is a fine time, unless the council disagrees, for members of the public to express their recommendations to this council before we make a decision. And I think we're going to make an effort to make a decision. Please limit your remarks to 3 minutes or less. Does anyone want to address the council? Please come forward.
Do I have to sign in?
The clerk appreciates very much if you sign in, therefore we can get the information correct in the minutes.
Be happy to do that. My name is John Azzaro. I'm a property owner in Ukiah, and I've lived in the community for 33 years. I just would like to suggest in your process tonight, which this seems like a very good process, that you consider a few criteria. First of all, of course, is experience. This is an important position, even if it's only for 2 years. The contribution, the time commitment towards our community's development, the city planning aspects of it, and personal maturity in the sense of other outside experience that they would bring to this. I'd ask you to look at leadership skills. That includes management abilities, the ability to make to mobilize and support participation. This is not a one-person job. The more people you can get involved to help you in doing your work, the bigger the circle gets. Communication skills are essential. The ability to listen well is the first part of that. To be able to turn conflict, both on the council and in the community, into cooperation. That's a skill that's important. And to always seek responsible consensus in the work. Lastly, dedication. It's a really wonderful thing that this many people have stepped out to say, I want to do this, I want to commit the time. But in addition to the commitment of time, the dedication to the vision that it takes to do the job. And lastly, anybody representing Ukiah, I think, in this position needs to have charisma. I think that they have to be able to get attention for what they're doing and make a statement with what they're doing, and it'll make a better community. Thank you. I presume you don't want me to propose who I would like. I don't know.
Under the Bill of Rights, you could propose, give us a recommendation of who we should choose.
I deliberately withheld that. I didn't know if that was appropriate. I'd like you to vote for Mary Ann Landis. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there other people who would like to make a recommendation or suggestions about either process or the best applicant? Now is the time.
Eric Crane. As I said at the previous meeting,